This video will demonstrate how to host and play the game Factile. So when I log into Factile, this is my home page here. You can see the games that I've already created. If you watched the video earlier on how to create a Factile, we created the example, so we're going to play that one. So when I play, there are different versions that I can play. You can treat it as if it was a flashcard game and use the flashcards, but we're going to do the play where it's the Jeopardy game. So on the left here I have my teacher screen, on the right here I have my student screen. You are going to have to share your screen with students when you play the game. When you set up the game you don't have to share, but it's okay if the students do see this. So you have a whole bunch of different options here. So we've got a timer, you've got music. I'm actually going to, I'll turn the volume on low so that you can still hear me talking with this. You have the option to put the question on the student devices or the buzzer device, so I'm going to check that so that students can see the question. You can also see the game board on student devices. I'll keep the game board on my screen just so that students can still see everything else that's going on. So you can have a whole bunch of different options here. I didn't set up a daily double, so we're not going to do that. But once you have your game set up, you can go ahead and play. So we're just going to play the basic Jeopardy version. There are other versions that you can play as well, but for this demonstration, we'll just do the regular basic one. For this, I'm going to have 4 teams, and yes, we are going to use the buzzer mode. So students are going to go to www.playfactile.com/join, which I've already done on this screen here. So I'm going to go ahead and enter the code, or my student is going to enter the code 8326, and then join. Students do not get to choose their own team names, they just get to choose a mascot that they would like. So I'm going to go ahead and choose Pineapple. So on my teacher device, you can see that I have 1 of 4 teams joined. If you're doing this in class, you can have students share one device. If you're doing this virtually, which I've done it virtually as well, I usually just split the students into teams, and I use breakout rooms for those teams to meet together, and I usually don't use the buzzer mode when I do that. But I've got 4 of 4 teams joined now, so I can go ahead and begin the game. You can look through the directions on how to play, so I'm going to select a question based on the category and dollar amount. The students, if they get it correct, they get the check. If they don't get it correct, they get the X. And with the example that I created, we only created 1 category, but you can have up to 6 categories. So in this, you can see that I have up to $500 amounts, so $100, $200, $300, $400, $500 amounts. The students get to choose. So when I do this, it really all depends on the teacher and how the teacher wants to run this game. I usually split the students up into teams, and then I will go in order of the teams. So first up, I would have Team Onion. Team Onion would go ahead and choose a category and a value. I would give Team Onion 30 seconds to answer that question. If they get the question right, they get those points. If they don't get the question right, they lose the points, and that's when I use the buzzer mode. I'll say the first team to buzz in after they go gets the points. And now that's just so that every team has the chance to go, because if we just use the buzzer, not every team would end up with the chance to go. So let's say I had Team Onion going first. Team Onion chose the multiplication facts for $400. So Team Onion would have to answer the question 5 times 10. And you can see that on my student devices, they have the question and they have the buzzer. So once they get it, they have the chance to buzz in. So I would ask Team Onion what the response is. If they got it correct, I would click the check. So if I check them, they get $400. And you can see the correct answer here. So then I would go to the next team. So let's say it would be Team Pineapple. Team Pineapple, if they chose multiplication facts for $300, we'd have 4 times 8, and the students would buzz in when they get that. So I would wait for all students to buzz in. We've all got them buzzed in. Team Lemon chose it first, but it was Team Pineapple's question, so I'd let them answer. If Team Pineapple did not get the points, so if let's say they gave me 30, I would hit the X. Team Pineapple gets negative points. And then I would throw the question to Team Onion, since they were the next ones to choose the question. If they got it, they would get the points, and so on. So it's just a brief overview of Factile. Factile really has a lot of flexibility in how you play. My students do really love this game though, because they get to play with teams and get to collaborate with one another, especially if I let them choose their games. But this was just a basic version of it. There are other versions to play, but thanks for watching.